What's up?
How's everyone?
It's good. There's
Good.
a little heads up for listeners. We're having a storm here in New Brunswick. Fun time recording. So, deal with it. As if you need
Deal with it.
If you're listening to us, understand we haven't even been doing this a year. So, like, at what point
And
do you
we're
become a
separate.
professional?
Right? It's not like
Yeah.
we're all in, like, the same studio. A lot of people like get swanky shit. We can't afford swanky shit. We don't have listeners.
No.
We're too broke because we're buying booze to like drink and talk to you guys. That's what.
That's right. Alcohol's expensive. It's like $30 for
Yeah.
like
40.
a little bottle. Like,
Yeah, no, 26 or 40 now. I'm like, okay.
Oh my god.
Why?
Okay,
I don't
at the
know.
very least, poor people need to drink. That's
Right?
kind of like the thing. So please don't take that away from us unless you want like a revolt.
Yeah.
'Cause we'll
Yeah,
go
get us
crazy.
drunk. If you're already
We
taking
need
away
our
food
addictions, okay?
and shelter, it's like at least let us drink.
Please
Yeah.
let us drink.
Speaking of drinking, Jessica, what are you drinking tonight?
So my drink comes with a story.
Yay.
So our laundry room light went out. It was like one of those like fluorescent like long lights.
Yeah.
And so Chris went and got a light bulb, replaced it, but now it was like flickering, like like really bad. And so he went and he got another light bulb and it's still flickering. So now we think it's just because it's an old light. It's an old house, whatever. But while he was out getting those light bulbs, he swung by the grocery store. So my options for alcohol were limited. So I just told him beer. And so he got me JR 5.5. And I don't know what that is, but it's
I don't
a
even know
beer.
what that is.
So
I'm
I
glad
am
that's,
happy
like,
with it.
Actual store-bought beer, and you weren't like some toilet bowl wine in your like light fixtures kind of story. You're like started off with like the light fixtures flickering, like I don't know. It's like
And then
some
she made
wine
toilet bowl.
discuss
booze?
toilet bowl, but like in your light fixture. Like, yeah.
No. I just ended up with random beer.
Yeah.
So if you know what
Random
JR 5.5 is, yeah.
Just let us know.
beer. Just let us know.
What about you, Sonia?
I'm just drinking 7-Up and rum. That's it.
Ooh.
That's
I mean,
it.
it's a classic.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
50-50 though, right?
Mm-hmm. It's
Always.
been a week. Yeah. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it has.
Yes,
Yes, it
it
has. I'm drinking ginger ale and my Captain Morgan spiced apple. Can you see that?
Is it actual alcohol this time?
Yes, it's 40%.
It's usually like some like iced tea bullshit.
35. No, it's 35%. It's actual rum.
Yeah. Compared
It's
to
actual-
the
it's
fake
real.
stuff.
Rum liquor. Flavored
real.
rum liquor. Yeah, it's real. With
It's
ginger ale.
real. Is it ginger ale real?
Yeah, ginger ale's real too. It's Canada Dry. It's the real shit. We got everything real here.
Everything's real.
Listen, I've had a week too. Okay, so I've
We're all
I
just
started
like,
my drinking 3 days ago.
it's like, screw this podcast. Let's just get drunk. Like,
Yeah.
Like-
it's been that kind of week.
It has
Yeah.
like
If we
holy
talk
frick.
about any topics, we'll see.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, we'll just vent.
All right, but the topic this week is if you could rename yourself, what would your name be?
Ooh.
And then wait, Domri, don't
Take-
Really?
Shut up, Don. Shut up.
shut up. Shut up.
up. Why you stop talking? Jesus.
Fuck. You're always
Bitches.
talking.
Always.
Did you guys hear the word?
No.
No.
I was too busy getting yelled at.
It's really.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Really?
really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Alright.
so my name, if our listeners don't know it by now, is Jessica. So yes, I would change it. That's for sure.
That's such a stupid name.
What I would change it to, I don't know. I feel like something kind of like, I don't know. I feel like a male name that would be like, oh, that's actually a girl. You know what I mean? Trick
Like a
them.
Logan or Devin or
Yeah. Like my
Alex.
brother is Jordan. And I've known mostly female Jordans, you know, that kind of thing. My dad calls me Jimmy. I think we've talked about this on the podcast, but
I don't like Jimmy.
You know,
yeah, I don't like that either.
Yeah, no,
because Jimmy is short for like Jim. Is short for like, which
but
is like short
Jess
for John.
Is also for a guy's name too. Jess and Jesse.
Oh,
is
I hate Jesse. Like some people would call me Jesse. I hate that more than anything. Like
Should
I would say Jess or Jessica.
Jesse? That's what I'm hearing.
No,
hey, Jesse.
No, I will stop talking to you two. I'll just record my own lines to the podcast. You guys like send me the audio, and I'll just interject my own voice every once in a while to pretend I'm still
and our
there.
recordings are just like, "Hey Jesse, what's up?" Like,
I'll just edit it out. It'll be all redacted.
Redacted. You'll put redacted. Like you'll say redacted.
Redacted. But yeah, so I don't really know. I don't really like, I guess, like, besides the type of name, I don't really know. And I probably want weird spelling. I like correcting people. So that would like just put that in my whole like life. So yeah.
Yeah. As someone
but not Jessica.
Yeah. To correct people always for spelling. Sometimes it gets tiring.
Yeah.
Oh, but I like
what would you too?
Yeah, I like my name, but I have to pick something. So I'm going to like a dragon name. I'm going to use a name generator right now. So what is it? In my mind palace.
I just like Jessica doesn't even work for those name games, you know, where it's like remove your last letter and add a da. Jessica doesn't work for those because it always ends in like ick or something. And
just
like
ick.
Okay, I'm sorry. I need to complain one more thing about my name. My last name is Hart, Hart. Okay, I like it. It's like short, can mean multiple things. Kind of rhymes with fart. Well, I mean, it does rhyme with fart, and that's been used against me in the past. But you know, like whatever. But when you have like school logins, they generally use like the first couple of letters of your first name and then your last like letters of your last name.
Yeah.
With Jessica Hart, that turns to just Shart. And it's the Shart I have the issue with. You know what I mean? So like having to like type that when I'm going to like a professional institution.
That's
I'm just
not
saying. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. So again, also don't like that. And then my middle name's Megan. What the fuck?
That's a very white lady name.
Your mom is like, how white can we make her name? Like, we got to make it the most white name ever. And she was like, there we go.
So I will change. I'll change it all. I'll just change it. And if anyone has any ideas, leave us a comment or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom used to tell me my name reminded her of a stripper name, which is like Sonia Marie is my name. Like my first.
Why would you want to name your kid after a stripper?
My dad named me. So like
okay. So
yeah,
like, what the fuck's wrong with your mother?
And my mom's like, that sounds like a stripper name. But I've never met a stripper named Sonia. So like
neither
that.
have I. So yeah.
Neither have I.
But my mom did pick my spelling, so it's Saunya, because she didn't want people calling me Sonia. But you know what?
Fair.
People still fucking call me Sonia. I'd be like, hey, my name's Sonia. And then they're like, hey, Sonia. Like, that's Sonia. That's it.
It's like they add like an accent to it. So
It's, yeah, like, it's just Sonia.
It's
But
because
that's
a lot, like, so you've obviously played Mortal Kombat, right? And Sonya is on there.
Sonia,
and, like,
Blade, win.
Yes. So I don't know what nationality. I don't want to, like, assume it's Japanese. I don't want to assume, but I think Mortal Kombat is. I don't know.
It has Japanese creators, but it's English speakers. So,
right. But like their
Sonya Blade is not. Yeah, Sonya Blade is not the Japanese name. I'm pretty sure.
No,
I don't know.
Accent when they pronounce her name.
Oh,
is...
that's white people being racist. That's
classic.
Okay, whatever. I was just. That's why I said I didn't want to fucking. Assume,
I gotta Google it, but
okay.
I have my dragon name. It's Demirave, Slayer of the Demons. So,
like, is Slayer of the Demons like your whole last name?
Yeah, it's like my title, I guess. I don't know. Like I'm royalty. I have a title. Yeah. So Demirave, Slayer of the Demons. That's which my kids are Hellions, so that is fitting that came up. All right, I need to know. Sonya Blade is in the chat.
No, ask the ethnicity. Fuck, I can't speak. You know what I was trying to say. Anyway,
Palace.
the Mind Palace. Ask them the real questions.
Oh, I guess she is. Her name is actual Sonya Blade. Is a fictional character in the Mortal Kombat fighting game. It doesn't say that like they changed it to be North American because we do that a lot.
Yes, we do.
So I was right, is what you're saying.
You were, yeah. I am saying you're right. I was like, oh
Holy
no, that's
shit.
not it. But they
Like,
do that
there's-
with like so many, almost all
Yeah.
the video games. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say even there's a lot of anime shows where the dubbed English version is just all white people.
Yeah. No.
With
Yeah.
Asian accents. If you can't, guys, I'm doing quotations for the other people on the
Yeah.
podcast. Yeah.
For those
Yeah.
just listening, quotations were used.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the frig would I change my name to? I don't know.
This is harder than I thought it was going to be. It's supposed to be like an easy peasy lemon juice.
I know I
question.
don't
It's
see
not.
myself as anything else other than my name. And okay,
don't
at first
even
when I was
picture
little, I
What about
always
Ruth?
hated my name.
Jessica.
Yeah.
A Ruth?
No, I'm not
Yeah,
fucking Jessica. A Ruth? What?
Yeah.
Are you Asian?
No, but
Next
yeah,
call
you're
me
like
Beatrice. Like,
no, you're like a Ruth. I think.
I don't think
one
I'm a Ruth.
syllable. I don't. You know what? Then tell me what your fucking name is, Mabel.
fucking. I don't know. I guess I would choose Abigail. I go old school.
I just did old school, and you're like, no, I'm not that old.
No, you made me old. That's I want an ancient name, not me being ancient with that name. Okay, there's a difference.
Would you go by Abby?
Yes, I would go by Abby.
You could go
That
by
would be my short
Gail
form.
and switch it up.
Ooh, Gail.
That sounds old. Oh my god, you guys, what's aging me? Anything that would sound like a ma'am at the end. Jeez.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, so my husband's name is Chris. Obviously, full name is Christopher. He goes by Chris, but he knows another Chris who goes by Topher.
Which is
And I'm like,
really cool.
that's
I love that.
So fucking smart. Like, what? What?
There's an actor
You
that does
know?
the same thing. Topher Grace, yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's so cool. Like, more people should start using the end of their name. I can't do that because my name is Jessica. I'm
I'm
gonna go
going
by
Yak.
Ick.
Saka?
Yeah.
Ika. Like, it's like
Ika?
what?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my name ruins it, but other people's names are pretty cool for that. Like,
Danica
Matthew could be Few.
Few, just few. Oh, few.
Few.
Few. So
Phew.
Danica's actually named after this bitch I didn't like, but I really loved her name. So there was in grade 9, there was a girl in my gym class and her name was Danica. I was like, oh my God, that's the best name ever. I love that name. So I banked it. Danica's my third child. I didn't get to use it for the first 2 times. So I was like, we're using it. And she
I
knows.
thought you named her after Danica Patrick.
No. From
No.
fucking race carring?
Yeah, I remember you telling me you've heard of this race car and you liked the name and that was it. And I was all like, when the fuck did you watch NASCAR? What?
I did. That wasn't me.
That was your other
not
friend,
me.
Sonia.
Oh, it's my other friend, my bad. With her other daughter named Danica.
Yeah.
I didn't like NASCAR ever.
That's what I mean. So I was like, why is she naming her daughter after Danica Patrick? What the hell?
I think Danica came around before Danica Patrick.
No.
Before her career. I don't know.
I don't know anything about race cars, so
I don't know either.
I'm just saying, Danica Patrick came first before Danica did.
Oh, wow. It's the egg or the chicken. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, with my kid, I only have 2, so I only had 2 times I could choose a name. For each time, though, even though they had different bio dads, I just wrote a list of names I liked and just handed the list over and was like, pick one. So my first son, his name is Braden, but his middle name is Ernest, which is after my poppy. But that's what he goes by. He goes by his middle name, Ernest. He doesn't even go by Braden. And then my daughter, Lyric, because my husband liked that name and it was on my list. So
Oh, I have stories about my kids. I like how I name them.
Kyle got to name one kid. You go first. That I
Okay.
interrupted you so bad. I'm so sorry.
You're
starting to
forgiven this
talk,
time.
but like your words started and my brain didn't click. And
It's
I was
cool.
like, oh shit.
Guys, this is only our second podcast back after our imaginary vacation that the audience doesn't know about. So
Yeah. So Nicholas, okay. I already knew that Dave got to name our firstborn son, but if I had a firstborn daughter, I would get to name her, right? However, I still liked the name Leonardo and like name him Leo. Or if it was a girl, his name would have been Jasmine. I don't know why. I just like those names. And then obviously he's like, no, we're naming him after my grandpa, Mikolai. And then so here comes Nicholas. Caleb's name. That was interesting. So either way, I was getting to name the second born, right? Because David got to name the first. I get dibs. Like second son, first daughter, didn't matter. My turn. But like I still had to like kind of like run it by him, you know? So I was like, okay, what about Grayson? And he's like, no. I'm like, Darius. He's like, ew, no. And I was like, holy fuck. And like, and if it was a girl, it was gonna be named Deanna Marie, after his mom, my mom, and me. It was Deanna Marie. Yeah. So
it was right after like, Twilight came out, and you're like, Renesmee.
Renaissance.
Nessie.
Anyway, so we kept going through the names, and then Dave's like, how about the name Matthew? And I was like, no. Like, and then Dave's mom was like, how about Noah? Like, after Noah's Ark. And I'm like, no. Like,
Noah's
that's
Ark.
absolutely not happening. And then so I was like,
why would you name him after a boat?
Right? So then
you should have named him Seabreeze.
So then I said the name Blake, and Dave's like, no. And I was like, Caleb. And he's like, maybe. I'm like, no, that's it. We're done. Caleb, that's it. That's the name. Like, and I shut it down. I was like, we're not discussing this anymore. It's Caleb. And then he's like, well, what other names? I'm like, no, it's Caleb. And then I spelled it with a K instead of a C.
Nice. I didn't mean to laugh earlier when you were talking about Leonardo, because then you're like Leo, and then all I could think of was like Leouth, as if like it was a Meowth, but his name was Leo, and my head just kind of spun out of control for a minute.
Okay.
So I apologize.
No, that's fine. It's fine.
Okay. Sonia.
Yeah, that's how I named my children.
My name's I don't know how. So like Kara, I was 16. So that's how that happened.
Enough explaining.
So her name is like spelled Karea.
Like Korea.
Like Korea, but it's like care with an A at the end. But I wanted to be cool, so I did it with a K. So like that was a mistake on my part. Don't let 16-year-olds name things. Even if they're babies. No.
No.
And then like for my son, Brandon, Kyle, I let Kyle name that one because I got to name the first one and he didn't get a say in it. So, well, because he's not the dad. But so for like Brandon, he wanted to name him Kyle. I was like, no, that's the stupidest fucking name ever. No. I hate Kyle's name. I don't like it.
Not just have the junior. Like, don't name your kid Junior. Fucking pisses me off.
Fucking
I fucking
Junior.
hate that. Yeah, don't do it. Don't fucking do it.
So
Girls.
he had
Name them Senior just as like a joke.
just
Oh my god, I
Senior.
actually knew a guy that's named Senior. So anyway, but
And then so where Kyle's like, okay, he'll get my middle name, and then Kyle has a brother who passed away, so that's his first name, his middle name. So the brother's first name is his middle name, and then I was like, okay, you pick the most stupidest names ever. You don't get to name any more of our kids. So the last two I got to name, but Constantine, the youngest, is from something corporate. It's a song called Constantine. So that's how. And Kyle's like, I love it. So that's I wasn't 16. It's still a silly name, but I like it. And then like Brandon's mad. His name's Brandon. He's like, why didn't you give me a cool dragon name? Which made me think of like me getting a dragon name so I can have one and my son doesn't.
Why don't we
Did you
all
just blame his dad? Did you be
I
like,
do.
no, your father told me not to?
Yeah.
Well, why, when our kids are like older, like 18 plus, if they want to change their name, we can just have a massive name change party where we like have some drinks or whatever and eat and fill out all the legal documents together and like help scan each other's things and stuff like that, and then get them all ready, and then like do a walk to the post office to drop them off and make like a whole party out of it.
A party.
So all the change
Name
no,
change party.
we make like dragons and stuff, and we drink out of goblets because we're all changing our names to dragon names.
all drag.
Like,
That's the only
all
girls want to
dragon
change it to a dragon.
The dragon
name.
name
Everyone's
change
changing their
party. Yes, let's. Okay, I'm gonna do that.
We won't pay the fees. Like we'll just do it.
Yeah,
Like
we'll
what
all
is that?
pitch
Phoebe,
in.
Princess Poo Poo Bottom Banana Hammock. What was her?
Princess Consuelo's banana hammock.
Yes,
Are you talking
was
about Friends?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, just some random bitch named Phoebe. What did that girl Phoebe do?
But shitbag. Whatever Paul Rudd changes.
Yeah, let's name it to shitbag. Why not?
I didn't
Oh my
even
God,
change my name when I got married, so
It was freezing.
you know.
I'm sweating. I'm sweating, guys. You guys, the alcohol's making me warm.
Oh
I think it took me so long to change my name.
I'm still working on mine, okay?
Yeah,
Like I still
I've
have
been married for 2 years.
3.5. Thank you.
You don't have to change your name though. That's
I
just
know.
like
It's-
olden times.
Well, no, like I eventually want to. It's just like everything, like I don't know why. Like it took them so long in the beginning anyway, and then COVID hit, and then I just gave up, and then I haven't had the motivation to attempt to do that again. So
I
it
love
is
how
what it is.
COVID hit at like such the most awkward time. Like, like we had so much going on, and now I'm still not able to catch up. Like
I'm
it's just
so
like,
behind
okay,
on so many things because of that. Like Caleb stuff, my
I've
stuff.
just decided it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
no,
it's
it
not very
doesn't.
No.
It doesn't matter. It's
Whatever.
a social construct. I'm refusing to do any
Everything
of them.
My new phrase is whenever someone's talking about something and I'm just like, it doesn't matter. I always am like, oh yeah, where the rules are made up and the points don't
Points
matter.
don't matter.
Which is from Whose Line Is It Anyway? And so whenever they're like, oh my goodness, inflation, I'm like, the rules are made up and the points
And the
don't
points
matter.
don't
Like,
matter.
that's just
Right?
Like the weight doesn't
that's
matter that
life.
you gained, or like
That's my new saying for like, instead of it's a social construct, because then they
Yeah.
think you're all woke because you're using woke language. I'm like, the rules are made up and the points don't matter. And then they're like,
Take another hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
like whoa, man, whoa,
Whoa.
whoa. That's some deep
Whoa.
shit. Whoa.
No, I got people still denying COVID exists.
I know.
My
After
new
3
thing,
years, like
my new thing is just like congratulating people on how smart they are. Like I don't argue anymore. I'm just like, oh my God,
Yeah.
you're so smart. Like, can you teach me? Like, can you teach me?
I want to be you when I grow up.
Like,
The condescension.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
it- yeah,
condescending,
Bliss is bliss. I gotta say, ignorance is bliss, because like, damn, I wish I could live in that world where I just ignored reality all the time. Actually, I do that now. I just
Or
read
you just
books,
don't
but, like,
give or you just don't give a fuck about anyone else.
I don't anymore.
But I still
barely
do. That's
give a
why I
fuck
wear
about
my
myself.
mask,
Yeah.
like it's...
Well, no, like I wear my mask and stuff, right? Because I'm sick and tired of being sick myself. Like, it's a selfish thing. It's not even because I'm protecting other people. I'm selfish and I keep getting fucking sick. So I want to stop that. And if it helps other people, so be it. However, my immune system, shit. Fucking shit. Like, how many times have I been sick on here, guys? How many?
A lot. Like
I
our
think
first
you've
like
been-
12 episodes.
Right? And then I wouldn't be. And then our 16-hour thing, I was fucking dying. Like, but
Yeah.
no,
did it. You still
I did it. No, I still come. I
Wait,
drink a lot of hot
do
toddy.
you?
No, I still come to the episode.
That's the good. I haven't lost that. I'd be sad. I would just shoot myself. Like if that was a side effect for COVID, that's it.
That is though.
Oh no!
It
I don't have
destroys
I'm
blood.
good.
It destroys blood vessels, right?
Oh, Jean-Marie, you poor thing.
That's a part, I'm good. You guys are probably.
I still can't taste or smell anything, but like my vagina works. So oh God.
Hey. There's so many people on antidepressants that can't anymore, and they have to choose between like suicide ideation or coming. Like that's a hard choice. Like
which like
so Dawn's
joy.
vagina is like superhuman. It survives COVID and antidepressants. It's just
Hold
like
on,
ready
the
to go.
first set of antidepressants it did not survive. Like that was the side effect that I hated, and that's why I switched. But yeah, no, this is it's
Maybe
good.
your
Good
heart's
stuff.
just dying because it's not getting enough blood because it's all in your vagina.
you go around with like a swollen vagina, like a moose knuckle everywhere you go.
You guys want to take a look? Like I'll take a picture for you guys.
No matter what the pants are, it's always camel toe. You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
It's the giant hamburger.
All the blood flow in there.
And then her heart looks like the Grinch's heart, you know, where it's all
Too
shriveled up.
small.
That's true. It's true. Okay.
Takes her a
That
while
is my
to
heart.
process information because there's not enough.
Maybe that's why I'm such a bitch, you guys. My heart's like so small, but my vagina's so big.
It's
Oh,
only
no.
swollen.
Oh my god.
Your vagina
Now?
doesn't mean you have a loosey goosey. Okay.
No. I'm just gonna tell you, I love you with all of my vagina now. Like
That's because it's big.
Yeah. So now
I
when
love you this much.
I love you. Just like spread my leg this.
Just for like the people who know, a fat vagina is not a loose vagina. It means you're aroused. So it's like having
Well-
an erection, but your vagina.
Well, and it's
So
like
you
there's
know.
a difference between like your outer lips, your inner lips, and your like vaginal canal. Like,
Yeah.
like
but
your
people don't
lips
know
can
that.
be your lips can look like roast beef. That doesn't affect your vaginal canal. Like they're different parts, guys. Different
Yeah.
parts.
And they're all different sizes. No
Yeah.
vaginas look the same.
Someone actually made that post about like flappy vagina or whatever, and it says like it looks like a roast beef sandwich from Arby's, and I was like, hold on, that shit is fucking delicious. Okay, like I love an Arby's
Unless-
roast beef sandwich. Go ahead,
unless
compare
it
my
has
vagina
all
to that.
Cheesy sauce, like unless there's like
I
a
love that
piece
stuff too.
STD going on. I don't know.
I love it
I'm
all.
like,
I don't
If
care.
it looks like a roast beef sandwich because like it's diseased, then I would
Well,
see I
okay.
don't want it. But like if it's just plain roast beef, it's fine.
No cheese coming out. Okay,
No,
no, that's after intercourse. The cheese comes out.
that's just on top.
Oh my
What's it
god.
called? When it's just like
Why is
when
sex disgusting?
it's just like what? There's a name for that.
What are you
We're
talking about?
So like it's just like they pull out and then it's just like sprinkled on top. What is that called? There's a name for it.
I have no idea.
Okay. Oh, like like a man's penis pulls out and then he comes on top and just he sprinkles his population paste, just like blah, blah, blah. There's a name.
I don't
Urban
know what the
Dictionary.
name is. I have
Urban
no
Dictionary.
idea.
That's what that is, like-
my husband's like fixed, so I don't have.
You don't have-
So fine,
we
Kennedy.
don't pull out anymore. Haven't done that in years.
Is it?
I
Are
don't
you
know the
looking it
name
up?
of
I
that.
thought you were looking down. Like
No,
now,
I'm not looking
this is
it up.
gonna bother me forever because there's
Oh,
like
no.
a term
I know
for
that
it.
the splooging in is called a cream pie.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And then you squirt. What is it? Then you like show it, right? Like it's
Oh, you mean as it
Yeah.
like pours out? Like
yeah. That's it.
Yeah, it's
that's
cream pie.
Yeah,
it's cream
but
pie.
then there's
Oh,
like
okay.
yeah, but no. Then there's when he just like jizzes on top of your vagina top, the hood. When he gets the hood dirty.
You just call it that. Getting the hood dirty.
Yeah, that's the
Hood
new term.
There's a name.
Yeah,
I
it's
would
called
change
getting the
that.
hood dirty.
Yeah, we're changing that name too.
Urban
Yeah.
Dictionary that. Like
Getting the hood dirty. Jessica, you got an Urban Dictionary account.
I
Yeah.
do have an Urban Dictionary account. Okay.
dirty hood. It's when you
Oh my goodness. People are going to read dirty and think it has something to do with anal. That's just like the automatic what they're going to think.
This is a brown cow. I don't know. Oh.
What were we talking about that led us here? Oh yeah, vaginas. Okay, when I saw that post where they took like all the ultrasounds of like the inside of vaginas and you could see like how each canal was like different, and then all the comments on the TikTok were like men being like, yeah, they feel different, and then all the other comments were women having like a complex because they like just realized.
Yeah, they're like, what? I'm supposed
they're
to
like
be
another
different?
thing that they might not like. What? And then yeah.
I don't care.
That goes both ways, fellas. Like, we know when
It's
your
true.
dick's a little small. When we have to kegel the whole fucking time to keep you inside, you're the problem.
Or when you like queef a lot after, that means there was like a little gap there at some point that air.
Too much air. Yeah.
Too much
Quit
air,
trying
you
to-
know?
Quit trying to flip me around. I have a position where less air goes in. Quit flipping me around because I get too much air.
Yeah. And it is our small dick fellas. Like that just if you have a small dick, that's fine. It's all about how you like work with it. Like get really good with your mouth.
Know your equipment.
Exactly.
Yes.
Don't be in denial. That just makes it worse.
I'd be like,
there's
this is
nothing
my
wrong.
penis, this penis is mine. And just figure out what you can do with it.
Yeah.
You can do so much. There's nothing wrong with an itty bitty.
You got 2 hands, you got a mouth, there's toys galore. Know your toys.
Yeah.
Know how to don't view them as your enemy. View them as a
they're your
close
friend. They're your ally.
And that goes both ways. Like if your dick's too big, also know your dick is too big.
Mhm.
Like it's not going
Yeah.
in. Like it's fine. Like,
Well, it's like when they
Yeah,
talk
don't
about
injure
tight.
the poor girl.
Well, then when they talk about tight vaginas, it's like a vagina can be too tight to the point,
Yes,
like
there actually
know.
is a scientific thing where like a woman like and they can't expand.
Yeah, but also if she's too
Yeah.
tight, she's not ready.
No,
yeah, that
no.
too. That can be another thing.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about like if they biologically they're just
Yeah,
smaller,
biologically,
yeah.
very
there's
small.
like actual therapists like that have to give you Kegel balls and whatever to try to help you expand. I actually know a girl who has to
I
do
went
that
to a pelvic
because-
floor physiotherapist. They're awesome.
Being
So
a
yeah,
woman sucks.
there's always fucking problems.
Well, it was so fun. It was like after I gave birth, like 6 weeks after I gave birth to my daughter, and like she comes in, she sets up her table and stuff, and I lay, and she like sticks her like gloved hand, sticks her fingers, and she's like, "Okay, Kegel." And then she's like telling me to do different Kegels. I'm like showing all the tricks my vagina can do. Like,
It's a fucking circus show down there.
I know. She's like, okay, hold. And I'm like, like trying to hold the Kegel. I'm like,
I can't let it go. What was that movie with Sylvester Stallone? Cliffhanger. Is that what it's called? Where he's like on the road. He has to like let go of the person. I'll never forget you. And then Adrian.
now I can never get pelvic floor physiotherapy again because I'm just gonna imagine that. Well, she has a finger inside me.
He's like, never let go.
It's like,
He's
what?
like, "It's
What are you
okay."
talking about?
You start calling her Adrian.
That's 2 different movies, Domri, just so you know.
Oh.
He doesn't drop Adrian from a cliff.
Oh, whatever.
The Rocky. It's like, I'm gonna go running. You come with me. And then that was it.
That's it.
I don't think
The
that
end.
was going on. But still, I will say my favorite Sylvester Stallone movie is and will always be Spy Kids 3D Game
my God.
Over. Where he plays the toy maker that has multiple personalities, which means he actually plays like 4 characters.
Can he actually play the 4 characters?
Oh yeah, they have different accents and stuff. It's great. I'm telling you, this is the best Sylvester Stallone movie.
Most
We're
range
gonna
ever.
review it on this podcast eventually. Maybe we'll do that for my birthday. We'll
All right,
review my
cool.
favorite movie, Spy Kids 3D Game Over for my birthday.
Jessica's birthday.
Beginning of March. Yep.
Okay.
It won't air until like June, but it'll be
No.
fine.
We'll do it. We'll do it for like a Friday in February, and I'll make it for a March 3rd release because I think that's the Friday before my birthday.
We'll have to record next week.
Yeah, we'll write it down.
Write it down.
Just write it down.
Yeah.
Put it in the calendar.
I think we're doing so good with remembering schedules. I think
that's because we have a fucking calendar and our phones.
I know we have
now.
a calendar now. We did like 8 months with no calendar. How did we do that?
I don't know. We would always message each other, be like, "Did we record tonight?" Like,
I know every week for 40 weeks. Are we recording?
Are we recording tonight?
What are we doing, guys?
There was one time I forgot we were supposed to be recording. I thought we were on holiday early and we weren't.
You're like, fuck.
I know. I was like, shit, guys, I'm not ready. Hold on. One second. I got to run up and like set up. And I did it though.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly. You know what? A name I do like? I like our podcast name. Mm-hmm. And I will be honest with you too.
Burps. Take a drink.
I did
drink. I actually wasn't super fond of our name when this first started. It was more like I couldn't think of anything better, So I was like, okay, that's the best name, I could come up with. So sure. Because I was like, it didn't really roll off the tongue. Opinionated Lushes.
Yeah, it's not smooth.
It seems cheesy, clunky, that kind of thing. But now I'm like, no, I love it. We're the Lushes. We're opinionated. We got it. So I don't think I would change that name. It makes sense. Like our name. It describes. Yeah. Now I love it. Now I'm like, yeah,
it makes sense. I like our name. At the beginning I was like, okay, what the fuck? This is it. Like we were gonna do like drunkards or whatever, which and then Dominique's like, let's fem it up. And then that's my
the guys thinking we're a bunch of dudes getting drunk, and I was like, no.
Yeah, I know, and all the other drunking podcasts I have seen have been men.
Yeah,
and it's called drunk. All of them are drunk. Is like
all of them are drunk or have beer in the name
females.
Or whiskey in the name. Like there's not a whole lot of female-based drinking podcasts. And I know we don't emphasize like the drinking so much, besides like the drink word and like what we're drinking each week. Yeah. But it's like it's kind of our thing. We're always kind of buzzed.
Yeah, just a little bit.
There is a couple female drinking podcasts. Like there's Wine and Crime, and they obviously do like real crime. And then there's Books and Beer. There's like a couple others. I don't remember.
Yeah, but like Drunk with Buds, they're like a duo, right? Male, female.
Oh yeah, I think maybe husband, wife. I think that's the thing too.
Guys, are you guys husband and wife?
I don't know. Brother and sister made friends?
Ew, I hope not. Although, like, I think I would have so much fun doing a podcast with my brother. Because he laughs at all my jokes. Like, you guys do a good job, but like
thank you.
He's so aggressive with it. And I feel like that makes my jokes funnier. Because like he's just like ha ha like he just generally thinks I'm a good humorous person. So like
I keep trying to like start a podcast with my husband, but like he's A, very busy, and then B, it's like trying to figure out what we talk about, like what our podcast would be about. Because we have very, very different interests and like like what would we talk about? I was kind of thinking of maybe picking like an old show that I've seen a lot that he has never heard of or something, and maybe doing like a watch like podcast of that. But now I've showed him all like the good stuff, so now I don't know what to even do for that podcast. So
now I want to do a podcast with Kyle, which would be him just being so frustrated with me every single time. Like it'd be like basic math, and like sometimes my brain doesn't work. So Kyle never yells or anything at me, like ever. He just goes, Sonia. and this brings me so much joy. I just and like
Sonia.
So or like our podcast could be like he could be talking me through coding something, and I won't get it at all. He just gets so frustrated.
That's the name of the podcast. Sonia.
Sonia. We'll talk about a goat I brought home.
You should start trying to film him every time he does that so that you can make a compilation of Sanyas for like our TikTok or something.
Yeah, and you'd be like, oh, Sonya.
Oh,
Sonya.
We're not having sex. Don't be too excited about it. You gotta be a little more depressed.
Sonya.
Sonya. I'm
Kyle.
excited.
Kyle, come in here and be disappointed with me.
It sounds so dirty.
I thought I was the one with the whole like degradation kink here. Come on, just taking it from me.
Funny. It's just he doesn't like. I do the stupidest shit,
You do.
and he's just like, okay, whatever. This is my life.
It's the autism.
It's like no one else will love me.
Oh, that's so sad.
This is the nicest she talks about him. What are you talking about? She's so mean. This is the nicest.
We have a whole episode called I just spit everywhere. Take a drink. We have a whole episode called Who Loves Kyle? See, I'm so nice.
I do want to eventually get our merch store out so that we can have like the Kyle shirts. Like we can all have the Kyle shirts.
Like Kyle's
I don't want the Kyle shirts.
Yeah.
Don Marie hates Kyle.
I don't hate him. I just our friendship is hating each other or just
I don't hate
ragging on
him, but the biggest part of our friendship is that we hate each other.
Yeah, like,
No,
we
there's
don't hate each
a lot
other.
of
We just
shit
like to
talk.
rag on each other.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. They get together and it's just like constantly
bickering. The second we see each
shit-talking.
other. Yeah.
Just like the whole time. Like, and there's no break. It's like
No.
however long they're together, it could be like 5 hours. And it's just
Yeah.
like shit talking the whole time. They're like bros.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll see me. He'll be like, why the fuck is she here? I'll be like, because your wife loves me more, asshole. And like, that'll be the takeoff. And then he'll just go until I'm leaving. I'll be like, I'm going to take your wife with me next time. He'll be like, take her. I don't care.
That's right. You're
it's
doing
great
him a
times.
favor.
Yeah.
But like, she'll just be like, oh, your dick is so small. Like, you know, like those kinds
Yeah.
of things.
My favorite is
But your
that
balls are
Kyle
so
likes
big.
Chris.
He
Like that
does.
Kyle-
He adores Chris.
Yeah.
And it's all because he is a good dad to Ernest. Like, that was like the base of him like it, because there's a lot of guys out there that treat their like extra bonus kids like shit, and like so like he's like, oh, he's such a good guy, and then like, you know, they talk and stuff, and like I don't know what it is. He just like, but the big main part is because he's a good dad. That's what turns Kyle on.
That's what gets his
I mean, it's also like
Being a good
when
dad.
Chris and Kyle are like together, it's like they're both trying to talk to each other to like be nice because they both like would be totally content just sitting not talking at all.
In
Like just sitting
silence,
beside each other. Yeah, they would both be fine doing that, but they both don't know social protocols. So they both are like, you know, Chris will go and go like, oh, Kyle, what are you working on? And then Kyle will be like, oh, music. How's music? You know, and they're both like, yeah, you know,
Yeah.
Well, like me and Sonya are like, nah.
That's us talking together.
Yeah,
Cows.
moo.
It's all three of us together too.
I know.
That's
That's the thing.
Public.
It'd be all three of us, and then like all of three of our husbands. I could see Dave being like, trying to like
Dave
start
would
something,
be
and then,
like-
Just
He
not.
wouldn't even say anything though. He'd be like, open his beer, drink.
Yeah, just nodding.
Like, yeah, just nodding and drinking.
I love how like all three of our husbands are like the quiet ones.
They are.
So we're like blah 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 blah, and they're just like, yes, dear. Like,
Yeah, okay.
David
Okay,
literally
are
says
you
that to me all
sure?
the time. He's like, yes, dear. Yes, dear.
Okay, Chris does talk a lot. Like I would say he almost talks more than me, but he only talks to me. So
Kyle talks a lot. Like, except for I'm the person Kyle talks to, and I'm like, oh my god, shut up.
David
Get
talks a lot.
Get friends.
Unless
say
David's
that
drinking,
too.
David then will talk a lot. But like other than that, if David's sober, he likes to be alone, and I like to be alone. We don't even like to be in the same area of the house. We're just
I
like,
love being alone.
yeah,
I do socialize, so like with you guys all the time, but like
yeah,
I still get to be alone doing that. And then
Yeah.
I do like,
Yeah.
and then like, I play board games with like other people. And I like doing that. But then most of the time, I like being alone. But then like Kyle's like, I need to talk to you. I'm like, then make friends. And he's like, you are my friend. I'm like, oh fuck, I am. And then so I'm stuck talking to him.
Yeah, Chris and I have like a schedule so that we like know what's going on. Like, oh, we're
You know when you
socializing
can talk to
now.
each other?
Okay.
scheduled to talk to your wife. Okay, like 3 p.m. Go upstairs, talk to my wife for an hour, go back down.
Are we hanging out tonight, or are you, like that kind of stuff, or like, and then we talk during meal times. We always eat together unless like there's something really urgent that like Chris has to like be on his computer for, and yeah, nights we trade on and off as to whether or not we're spending time together or whether or not we're separated in our rooms, because I have my purple room, he has the studio, and that is how you have a successful marriage.
Yeah,
right.
David has the basement. I have the whole house. Like, I get it.
David's like, it sounds like he's like stuck in a dungeon.
He is.
David has to get, he's not allowed anywhere else.
He's my dungeon husband, okay?
This fucking dungeon gremlin.
My dungeon husband. That's what he's gonna be called now, my dungeon husband.
That's, some people have that and that works for them.
Yeah.
Like they get like a whole setup. There's whips. There's like those like, what are those masks
Oh,
called?
fuck.
They're-
leather
I know
yeah,
that like the
flip
ball
masks.
gags.
Yeah, the ball
yeah.
gag. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's sometimes not their actual husband. Sometimes it's somebody different. Depends
No,
on the
this one's my actual
relationship.
husband. This one's my actual husband, you guys. Just hate to tell you.
That's great that it's an all for one. You don't have to
Yeah.
outsource.
I don't want to outsource. I'm too freaking lazy.
Like,
My
no.
dungeon husband's my real husband.
I don't know if I mentioned this. My husband is changing his last name to my last name because fuck
Is-
the patriarchy.
That's right. Is his name so
Yeah.
hard to say? Longarius?
Lagos Giannis.
Yeah, no. Change it to Heart,
Yeah.
Chris. That's such like a white person to say. Listen, well, he's white, but I mean like North American white. This is
Greeks. Now I'm saying this not for all Greeks, but from what I've heard, most Greeks culturally do not have middle names. So
Is it a
Chris,
culture thing?
yeah. So Chris does not have a middle name.
That's
Now-
pretty cool.
Oh, right.
Are you gonna-
Okay. I just want to make on our like first date or second date, maybe it was our second date. And I was like, oh yeah, tell me your middle name, like it's date stuff, first date stuff. We're just
Yeah,
like,
you wanna
what's
know
your favorite
everything, yeah.
color? Like, you
Yeah.
know, that fun stuff. So what,
What's your credit
your
card
middle name?
number? Like, can I get on your bank account? Like, yes, I can date normal shit. Go on.
and so he ended up he was like, I don't have a middle name. And I was like, I don't fucking believe you. Like it's cool. It's
How am I
weird.
supposed to
Like,
get security
you know?
passwords now?
Yeah.
Like, I don't
I
know.
was-
Like,
I was just like, it'd be so like it's cool if it's weird. Like some middle names are, And then he pulls out his license and stuff, and there's no, he doesn't.
There's
it doesn't
none.
exist. There's no middle name. So
What would you name him?
his middle name.
Yeah.
or just name him.
Yeah, what's his pet name?
Okay, for his middle, okay, if he's gonna be Christopher Hart, I don't know any good middle name. Something
A
weird.
strong one.
Wolfgang. That's my brother's middle
Wolfgang.
name. That's my brother's middle name. It's a family middle name.
That's pretty good.
Chris Wolfgang Hart.
No, Amadeus. Christopher Amadeus Hart.
I thought you were gonna go with
Amadeus.
Armadillo.
Chris Armadillo.
Christopher Armadillo Hart. Perfect.
armadillo. That's a good name.
Yeah, that is a good name. That's a good, strong name. If he listens to this episode, I'm cool with it if you are.
That's right. We can go to our naming party, and then
Yeah.
he can go and he can add armadillo to his middle name. Ah.
Oh, okay. His names. What
I would
name?
change Kyle's name to anything else.
anything else?
Anything else? Oh my gosh! I would like even Chip. I'm like that's so stupid, but I would pick like Chip.
Over Kyle.
I don't know. I just ate it.
What
so
about
much.
Lyle?
One of our eggs is named Lyle.
So is Lyle better than Kyle?
No, I think it's just the "ile" sound. I don't know. I just hate it.
Bile?
Bile. I didn't even grow up with many Kyles. Like Kyle's like one of the only Kyles like I've ever interacted with.
Yeah, but Kyle's such a
And-
popular name now, and like it's so well hated now. So
I had
I've
so
always
many
hated
Kyles
it.
in my high school. Yeah.
No, like it's the only one. Oh, I think there was like one, but like I never interacted with that person. I don't know what I would name it. I would name him. I'd name it. I would name him. Fuck.
fuck. Yeah, name him, fuck.
I know. I know Chris so much as Chris that I couldn't imagine anything else. And like I would like if I didn't know Topher, I would be like, yeah, Topher. But then I can't have him and his friend both be Topher. That doesn't work.
You could be
Just
like
kill the
so
other
like,
Topher.
too.
Just kill the other Topher. He doesn't exist
There
anymore.
can only be one.
There can
But
only
the
be
other
one.
Topher's so nice, and his wife is so nice. She's the one
Doesn't
that
matter.
gave me the sourdough starter. She like brought it from
It doesn't
the
matter.
States
It doesn't
with her
matter.
just for
Man, there
me.
can only be one.
Did she smuggle it? Because you can't really bring that stuff across the border.
You can like the sourdough. It counts as like a solid if it's packaged properly.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it was like like so I don't know. I
Is
looked
she
it up.
coming
'Cause I
to
was
New
like,
Brunswick anytime soon?
well, I always say I wanted to take you guys to like LA eventually, at least one time. And they live out there, so we'd probably stop in and see her dog. And she
Oh,
cooks. And
yes,
she's a
I
great cook.
love
She's
dogs.
amazing cook. Oh my goodness. Everything she cooks is so good. That's why she brought me the sourdough. So,
I
yeah.
keep wanting to start my own sourdough, but like it's such a tedious process. I'm like, can someone else start it and I'll just nanny it? I can be a wet nurse for it, but I can't
You can babysit it.
mother it. I can't mother it. No.
My,
so hard.
my whole issue is like a lot of finding if it's good or not was based on like smelling it and looking at it and seeing if you know
but
need
then
to
you have to smell
refresh
the
it and
yeast,
stuff.
and I hate the smell of yeast. I fucking hate
But that
that.
see for me, it was just like I don't trust myself with that stuff. Like I always cut into a piece of meat to double check that the thing's cooked. You know, like I always like I can't just look and smell something and determine it's okay.
Yeah.
Like I don't trust that. I don't trust my
trust it.
senses. Yeah.
I
I'm
don't
good with my instincts.
I
I'm
used
pretty
to
good with that.
be good with stuff. I'm like, oh, this smells good. And like I can't even like make my good spaghetti anymore because like it's all like the sauce is all smell and taste based. I'm like, oh, what do I need to
Mhm.
add? And then Kyle's always like, oh, I'll just add more salt. That's his
Oh,
seasoning.
no.
He's so fucking white. And then so like since I can't taste anything, I'm just like, oh no. So I just like dump and hope for the best. No one's complained yet. So my kids are picky.
Oh.
They will complain. They're not nice about it. They're not. They're assholes. I love them so much.
My kids assholes too. Like, well, no,
Mhm.
okay. So Caleb is like a garbage dispenser. Like, you can put anything in front of him and he'll fucking eat it. Like, so that's not a problem. It's Nicholas. He's like so picky, and oh my god, and him being a cripple right now is just like I went over to my mother-in-law's. Oh, I guess I should give backstory. How last episode we said about how he had a sprain. Turned out it was a break and 4 fractures. Like his
Yeah.
fibula, which is like above his Achilles heel, got like snapped, and then he has 3 fractures in his ankle, and that he cannot move it like whatsoever. So he's in full cast up to mid thigh. There goes soccer, there goes track, there goes working, there goes like he can't even lifeguard right now. Like kid's so screwed. Anywho, I go over to my mother-in-law's because she's taking care of him due to she doesn't have as many stairs. And his
Yeah.
bathroom's like right there. It's perfect. So I'm like, okay, he's living with you for a while. And I was over there visiting. Obviously, I wanted to go see my kid.
It's a
And
visitation.
yeah, visitations. I have those rights. And he's like, Mom, can you like go do this? And like, so I go downstairs and I'd help him do that. And then I go upstairs and like a second later, Mom, can you? Mom, can you? And I'm like, fuck, like I'm only here for a couple of hours, and he like used me good. And then he calls me when I get home and he's like, can you get me exempt from religion? And I was like,
yes. I'd be like, yeah.
yeah,
You're
well,
okay.
obviously,
I can't believe in God. My foot's broken.
Okay. There was a kid at my one school in like grade 8 who was there for like a month when she like came to our school, new kid. And I didn't really pay attention to her, but then she was off for like 3 months, and it was, or like maybe 4 months, I don't know, because she broke her leg. But when she came back, she was so much skinnier and became like a cool girl because she couldn't reach the fridge.
Oh no.
So she lost like 30 pounds and like over the course of a few months because she broke her leg. So
Like no one brought her food?
well, it was like I guess her parents like worked, so she was home all day, and then
Like
she could
I've
only eat dinner. That was it. Like,
yeah.
So I have to like, so Danica is dealing with a lot of mental health, so she like just gains weight because of that.
Mhm.
But like I'm running down there like 10 times a day. So like, so she has seizures. So like everything like triggers her for those, but then those trigger her depression, anxiety, her like mood disorder at the same time. So like she'll have a seizure, but then she gets violent because like it spirals. It's like a big fucking spiral thing. So like I'm running down to her room like 20 times a day with fucking snacks. And like she's like, my clothes don't fit, which makes her spiral. And I'm like, oh my God.
You be very careful. Like when they like almost all of the epilepsy medications, it's like weight gain is a symptom.
Oh my
It's
God.
like-
She's gonna need therapy
it's the
for that.
worst.
Oh my gosh. So she's in therapy for all these different things, different types of therapy specialize in different things. And she's gonna need that. Like I keep trying to tell her that like you're going through a lot right now and your body just like you have no metabolism. Like that happens. Like you're stressed and you don't have metabolism. Like look at me. Like I gained
high
a lot
cortisol
of weight. Yeah.
rates, all that stuff. Yeah.
I'm like, so, and I always like compare myself. I'm like, do you think I'm ugly now? And she's like, no. I'm like, then why do you think you're ugly? Like, you know, like, and she's like, I don't know, but like, it's so hard.
but it is hard because like
too,
even like you could say like I would look at myself and think I'm ugly, even though I know like I'm not. Like I'm decent. I'm okay.
I'm not 18 anymore. That's
right.
I
But,
look
like-
my age, you know.
But like, you know, like it's so hard to look at yourself in the mirror and like praise yourself. It really is. Like we all have self-doubt. So like it's normal, especially at her age. Like
Yeah, and like no matter what I say, so like everything.
yeah, your mom. Of course, you're supposed to say those things, right? 'Cause she
That's
doesn't
what she
care about
doesn't
your
believe.
opinion.
My mom didn't.
Fuck your mom.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'll be your mom.
Yeah, we're your mom now.
Ooh.
So like, not like a kinky way, just like an actual
I'll do the kinky
eternal
way,
way.
whatever.
I'll love you for real.
I'm only
Yeah,
loving you
thank
for
you.
not real, like for sex. Like
That's not real.
the sex I'm not getting. I'm loving you for that. Okay.
Yeah, I always tell Danica that I love her on purpose. Like she's just like, oh, like that's something parents say. I'm like, no, I love you on purpose. Like, cause like some parents don't have that. Like just because you're a mom doesn't mean you love your kids. Like
It's true.
I didn't love. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I didn't love Nicholas at first. I had postpartum, like severe postpartum when I first had him, and I did not love him.
but you still
There was
took
no
care
love.
of him. Like that.
Yeah,
like,
obviously, he didn't die. Like I didn't drown the poor kid. I took care of him. I raised him, and then eventually I grew to love him. But no, I didn't love him.
Yeah,
at
like-
first.
It's a bonding problem. Like
Yeah.
that's what it is. Like love is just bonded. Like when you become bonded to someone, that's all it is. Like it's not.
Yeah,
It's chemicals in our brain being like you're now
but it's
bonded to this
normal
person.
to not fall in love with your kid at first sight. It's actually
Yeah.
pretty freaking normal. And like
Especially
I want
if you
to
have a
stress
traumatic pregnancy or a traumatic birth, that definitely, you know, postpartum.
Well,
that
my
can
mom
all-
died right before I got pregnant, and,
And
then my
your
grandmother
nanny?
died right before
Yeah.
I gave
Yeah.
birth. So like double whammy on that, and then and
raising
I
a
didn't
kid
deal
young.
because I was too busy being pregnant.
Yeah.
Like I didn't
Yep.
have time to cope and grieve. So like by the time I had him, it was instant grief and just. So I didn't love my kid right away. I really didn't. And Caleb, I was going through so much fear because I had a traumatic birth. that
Mhm.
it was, I feel like it was instant only because like I felt like I had to, because like it was so bad. And I was worried I was going to lose my kid before I even got to know him. So like that was more instant. But with Nicholas, there was no and not until he was about like maybe a year into it, and then I was like, I grew a bond. But the first 6 months, I even went to counseling, and they're just like, okay, like at the end they were like, oh, have fun with your newborn. And I was like, yeah, right. And like that's when I knew there was an issue.
Yeah.
Like I shouldn't be thinking, yeah, right. I should be thinking, yeah, like this is great. No, it wasn't for me.
I didn't have postpartum with all of them, only Brandon. But like even with the 2 younger ones, I didn't like, oh my God, I love you so much. You're my whole world. I was like, oh my God, I'm so fucking tired. I have to go back to work soon. Like it was just like so exhausting. Yeah. I was just like, whatever. But like for Kara, the whole pregnancy, I cried. I cried every single day.
You did.
Like, my life is ruined. My life is ruined. Oh my fucking God. And then she came out, and then I looked at her, and you know how movies like have like, oh my God, you fall in love? Like that actually happened to me, where like I just looked at her and I was like, oh my God, my world is complete. Like this is everything I've ever wanted in my life. And then I fucked it up and had more kids. No, I love my kids. I love them. No, but
you
like that's
fucked up.
Yeah, but no, like that's how it happened. Like it was such a traumatic pregnancy. Like I didn't know what I was going to do. I felt so lost. I did it mostly alone. It was horrible. It was a horrible experience.
Yeah.
But then, oh my gosh, this kid, it was wonderful. And like, she's the reason I have so many more fucking kids. I was like,
fucking Kara.
Yeah. Like I didn't want any kids. And then I accidentally got pregnant. And then, it was too late to do anything about it.
Yeah.
And then I didn't want to do adoption because I was like, I can't. I made this person. I need to deal with it.
My mom said she'd fight me.
She'd fight you for if you adopted?
If I put it out for adoption, she'd try to adopt it.
No, my mom's like, have an abortion. And I was like, I can't.
My aunt
and my stepmom said abortion. My mom said she would fight me for like if I put it up for adoption, she'd fight me so that she could take it. And my dad didn't say anything to my face. So
not to your face.
So my stepdad, because he was the only one that was alive at the and my nanny. So I told my stepdad, and the first thing he said is like, "I'm not surprised." And I was like, "That's not the nicest way of calling your daughter a whore, but okay." Like, I'm not surprised. I was like, "Whoa."
Yeah. My stepdad called me a whore.
in the nicest way possible. He said, I'm not surprised. Like when I told him I was pregnant, I was like, fucking asshole. Anyway.
Anyways, I think we talked about all the names we could possibly name.
We're going on different
every
tangents.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you name us? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
What social medias or something.
Yeah. What would you change Opinionated Luscious to?
Or our individual names, whatever.
Change your own fucking name. I don't care. Do what you want.
Do what you
Come
want.
to our name party. Like
yeah.
Dragon names.
Woo! Dragon names. And if you're listening to this on Saturday and you like it, please like and subscribe. Because that'd be cool if you liked us on YouTube and subscribed for more fun stuff. There's not extra stuff. Sorry. Like there's not going to be extra, but
we post sound bites on there.
Yeah, you can listen to,
and it's unedited, so like
and
that's
our live
extra.
Streams.
Yeah,
so
everything's on YouTube.
Extra.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, there is extra. Get our YouTube exclusive shit by subscribing. I don't fucking know. Like, it's not like we've been doing this for almost a year. I don't know what's going on. Like,
we don't know.
And make sure to listen to our new Books and Booze. Is Books and Booze, right? I did it right?
Books and Booze.
Books and Booze series where we are talking to some indie authors and discussing their releases and books and writing and drinking and whatever else we end up talking about because we never stay on topic. That's part of our charm.
That's why you love us. If you do, I don't know. Or you're just tolerating us. I don't know.
No, rate us. Let us know.
Yeah. Leave some comments. Like, we want to know.
We love you all and good night.
Good night, guys.